Good Lord, man. I just woke up and like I gotta make my underrated fights videos for this month. It's Sunday, so I got on YouTube, watched Miguel Cotto versus Ricardo Torres, which took place on September 24th of 2005, and it was for the junior welterweight WBO title. It was Cotto's fourth defense, and man, good Lord, this was such a good fight. And I could think the only reason why this fight is underrated is because it was in 2005. The significance of that is that that was the same year as Castillo Corrales won. If it had not taken place that same year, it would have been fight of the year, no questions asked. But that's why I'm here. This is an underrated fight. Man, this fight, it started off hot. Cotto dropped Torres in the first round. Oh, before I get started, these were two heavy hitters, and Torres was a late replacement. Cotto was 24-0 with 20 knockouts, and Ricardo Torres was 28-0 with 26 knockouts. So this was going to be Cotto's big test. He had already been tested by Corley, but this was an even bigger test than that. So Cotto dropped Torres in the first round, but then it wasn't a flash knockdown, but he wasn't very hurt. So he got up and Cotto went for the kill, and Cotto got hurt. He was rocked in that round, and that set a seed for things to come. In the next round, Cotto was hurt bad, and he was dropped because Torres pushed him. But that's probably the best thing that could happen to him. The ref started counting. That was the best thing that could happen to Cotto at that time, that the referee started counting, because he was hurt bad. Round 3 and 4 were Torres rounds. Cotto landed some beautiful left hooks to the liver throughout rounds 3 and 4. He did land a few low blows, but Torres had his cup really high above his belly button, and it's really hard to decipher if a punch is a low blow or not when fighters hold their cup up that high. And Ricardo Torres was kind of looking for an out a little bit, because his corner told him to, if he gets hit low, to go down and try to milk it a bit. Cotto already had 2 warnings, and the next warning would have probably gotten a point taken off, and that's why in round 4 he kind of fell and looked at the ref, and the ref started counting, so it was counted as a left hook to the body, knocked down. But in round 5, man, Cotto got caught with a beautiful left uppercut. Ooh, in the beginning of the round. It's amazing how great these guys' stamina because Cotto would get rocked in the beginning of the round. And this round could probably gone this Cotto didn't get dropped, but it probably could have been a 10-8 round. That's how one-sided it was. Round 6. Ooh, round 6, Torres got caught with a beautiful right hand that Cotto set it up with a jab. I always say, if you stick out that jab out there and it lands cleanly, or it barely lands, your right hand's gonna be solid. If your jab lands, your right hand's gonna be even more solid. And this was where he caught Torres leaning a little bit back, and he dropped him. It was a beautiful knockdown. Round 7, in the last round, in what else? A round of the year candidate in any other year besides Castillo Corrales' year. Man, Cotto got hurt. Torres got dropped once. He got up. He got up at 9. You could tell he was just. It was one of those fights that he didn't get up because he was hurt. He didn't stay down because he was hurt. He stayed down because he was exhausted, man. These men, they give everything in the ring that night. Cotto was crying like a baby after that fight, man. That was his biggest test and one of his hardest fights ever. I don't know if Cotto has said recently what his hardest fight has been, but I would not be surprised if he says Ricardo Torres. And he said after the fight that he was glad he was glad that he was in a firefight so he could prove to people that he could take punches as well as give them. So an underrated classic. Go check it out. And yeah, this is my first installment of my underrated fights in January. My next underrated fight video will be next Sunday. Thanks everybody for watching, and you guys have a great day.